Hey everyone, it's Patrick again. Day 2 here at Tale of Two Gardens in our winter time in the garden. Today is day 2, and we'll be moving along on our first day in the community garden. So let's go along. So today's journey, I just wanted to get through everything and just check out stuff. So we have 7 different beds that are raised beds in the community garden, and then we have 2 long beds. I figured I would go ahead and look through the raised beds just to see, what actually grew through the winter season. We had some pretty hard frosts and it got pretty cold, but for the most part, everything looked the same as it did here this past fall. So I figured I would just kind of peruse through and see if there's any particular weeds. And for the most part, the beds looked all right. There's a couple different things. I found a carrot that apparently we never pulled. There's a few tulips that decided to come up already after we had a couple weird moments. And then our herbs seem to be okay. There were a couple different herbs that can actually, go over the wintertime. Our parsley looked all right. The sage looked a little bad, but, for the most part, otherwise the winter, it'll come back here okay. And then our rosemary is a tough old bird, just like any other kind of pine that's going on. It's evergreen. So as long as, I continually let it be able to continually grow, it should do okay. However, there is one friendly thing that comes into our garden that I do not like, and it's particularly a weed we have. It's a weed that goes across, that grows sideways. I've heard it called a torpedo weed before, and it has come along on the edges. So you can kind of tell the garden there now. It has a ring around it that we put cardboard down and then another paper, and then we cover the top of it with mulch. And on the edges, everything else gets mowed, but there is a particular weed that will find its way and slowly go across. And so I found it today. So that really took the majority of my gardening task for today. Otherwise, most of the regular beds looked okay. I left the 2 long beds for another day. We got a lot of time here between now and the hard frost moments, so I figured I would try and get rid of this torpedo weed, especially considering we're probably going to end up getting snow here in the next couple days. So, figured I might as well go ahead and take it out. Maybe that would stunt it away. That was my task for today, is just kind of looking through the garden and checking out what was, left, and just kind of getting the lay of the land. Over the next couple days, I'll give you an idea of what I think we might be able to do this season. I'd love to hear your feedback, love to hear what you might think, but this is just kind of a glimpse of the beginning steps in the garden that I'll be working in for today. Otherwise, thanks for coming, thanks for joining us, and this looks like this is the end of my journey here on day 2. So, thanks again, y'all have a good one, and as always, keep gardening.